Everyone says new year, new you. I don't want a new me. I want a more honest one. And I feel like that is something that a lot of us can agree with. Now, the truth about 2025 was it was a hard year. It was a very, very challenging year and very hard year, especially as the year went on for me. A lot of you know, a lot of people in my life are aware. If you're not, then I'm sure you can find it on my social medias. With that being said, when you start things, you will inevitably lose momentum. It'll start feeling like a quote-unquote job if you are an entrepreneur. And don't get me wrong, it is supposed to feel like a job because it is a job. However, everything between if you're grieving, if you have a lot of pressure, mental fatigue, wanting freedom, but also wanting direction, everything can start building up very quickly, and you can start losing that motivation, so to say, and that discipline to continue doing things that you once thought you should do, or once thought that, oh, this could go far, this could turn into something. You'll start losing the motivation to do those things. And I know personally, I didn't quit posting. I didn't quit doing my podcast or quit doing the things that I was doing because I was lazy. I quit or took a pause because I didn't know why I was doing it anymore. And it took a lot to kind of come back to that realization of, this is why I'm doing this. This is why I'm building businesses. This is why I'm doing the podcast. The podcast isn't necessarily just for me or getting my voice out there in front of other people. The podcast is trying to help others get into the realm of being an entrepreneur, or hell, some of my stuff isn't even about business, and most of my stuff for the foreseeable future probably won't be. Or some of it will, some of it won't be. It's really just going to be a mix-up, but it's more or less just getting those ideas and those things that we're all thinking but not saying out into the open, so maybe it helps somebody who's listening. And that's why I do the podcast. That's why I am trying to build a platform where everybody can listen. Everybody can go onto the social medias for the podcast or onto my personal social medias and ask questions or kind of brainstorm on ideas for the next podcast. I'm trying to incorporate it into a community setting more so than just, hey, this is me, this is what I think, and deal with it, right? And so I think that all of this connects deeply with people who feel stuck but capable. Going into 2026, or the shift going into 2026, it's not about more output, it's about better reasons, right? And so for me, I'm building in public. I'm not trying to perform for anybody. I'm building in public, and I'm trying to show everybody what I'm doing and how I'm doing it so that y'all can replicate it yourself. And I'm not trying to perform or say, oh, here's a picture of a private jet, like all these other creators are doing, trying to get a rise out of people. That's just not me. It's not who I am. My YouTube that I'm starting, it's documentation. It's not perfection. Things are going to be more so of a day in the life or behind the scenes type of deal on YouTube or on any of the social medias, the short form social medias. So TikTok, Instagram, Facebook Shorts, or Facebook Reels and YouTube Shorts. All of these things are more so to help the community try and see, okay, this is how he's doing it. This is how I could do it better. Because I know there's 95% of the people listening to this can do something that I'm doing better than I'm doing it, and I just may not even realize it. Or I may not realize what I could change to be better in the field that I'm doing things in, right? The podcast, it's conversations I'd have anyway. It's conversations that a lot of you guys would have anyway either, or as well. So it's just a way to get those conversations brought out into life for others to hear, because who knows, a conversation that somebody has on a podcast, whether it be mine or somebody else's, it may hit you, it may not, but we're still having conversations that are engaging. Business, I'm trying to be more intentional. I'm not just trying to be profitable. Hell, I sold all 3 of my companies that I spent forever building back in December. So December of 2025, I sold those businesses. It may have been November, but end of the year 2025, I sold all 3 of my businesses, and I'm starting fresh with a new platform and new business model that has absolutely nothing. It's 180 degrees outside of what I was doing, and it's more in the tech sector. But I'm trying to be more intentional and not just profitable. Of course, every business you want to be profitable. That's one of the top three goals of a business. I mean, realistically, it's the number one goal of a business is to be profitable. However, you don't just have to be profitable. You can be intentional. And then in life, I'm trying to have less noise and more alignment. Getting rid of some of the people that have just been dragging me down and dragging me down and dragging me down throughout the last 7-8 years. I've got friends who I don't talk to anymore. I have friends that are gone out of my life, and I haven't had closure for all of them. And really it's just one in particular, and it started going downhill towards the middle of the year, and then a little bit later, absolutely nothing. I don't want closure at this point. I've got the closure I need from that, but I think that I'm trying to focus on less noise and more alignment. And I think, like I said, 2026 isn't about more output. It's about having better reasons for everything you do. And everybody's going to set their New Year's resolutions after a month or two. They're going to fall through, at least 95 percentile of them. And they're going to fall through, and they're just going to go back to the same old habits. And this isn't me saying, oh, you need to set your resolutions, because let's be real. If you've set resolutions that you've been saying, oh, I'll do that later, chances of you actually completing your resolutions are extremely minimum. I mean, you're going to end up doing it for a week or 2, maybe 3, and then you're going to be like, oh, I'll do it later. This isn't convenient for me. You don't need a new year to reset. You don't need a new year for new goals. If you wake up in the middle of the year and in May and say, oh, this is a goal, but I'm going to wait till the new year, it doesn't make sense. Just start doing your goals whenever you think of them. They don't have to be resolutions. And honestly, for lack of better words, I think that New Year's resolutions are a load of bullshit. Because if you really wanted to do it, you would have already been doing it. So as far as the direction of the podcast, as far as the direction of YouTube and everything I'm doing this year, I'm going to be doing more day in the life style videos, not day in the life like from when I wake up to when I go to sleep. No, I'm going to be posting different things on different social medias. So you can find me on TikTok. You can find me on Instagram, Facebook, which Facebook I may not post very much, but TikTok and Instagram are going to be the ones where I'm posting more info. Instagram, I believe, is Seth_MillsTX. And then TikTok, I'll have to pull it up. I believe it's Seth T. Mills, but let me check. Yeah, it's Seth T. Mills. And so that's going to be more of a day in the life, just posting things throughout the day, showing you guys what I'm doing to build a business. And not just that, but also more just day in my life, random stuff. It doesn't have to be about anything in particular. There's going to be more behind the scenes thinking. There's going to be more of showing you guys the behind the scenes of what I'm doing, whether it's business or life or regardless. It's going to be more of, okay, this is the reality of it. There's going to be more unfinished thoughts. I might hop behind the microphone, and also there's no video with this podcast, but there's going to be a lot more video podcasts here very, very soon. It's just been a pretty rough 30 days, pretty rough last of the year, and the last month has been very rough. So most of you guys listening will know what I'm referring to. And I do appreciate every single one of you reaching out. It means the world. If I haven't been getting back to you, I do apologize. Some people gotta get through things in their own way, and for that, I appreciate you guys for understanding. So it's gonna be more unfinished thoughts. I might just jump behind the mic, throw on the video, or just behind the mic and record some 60-second content and post it because I feel like it. Because I'm doing this for me. I'm doing it for the community, don't get me wrong, but I'm also posting things because I want to post things. There's going to be fewer quote unquote motivational speeches. What I mean by that is there's going to be more in-depth, real conversations. It's not going to be all motivational. Sure, there will be motivational things posted. However, it's going to be more of just the real raw thoughts and the real raw truth. And I don't think that I've per se pretended that I had it all figured out in the past, but for anybody who thinks that that's what I was posting or I was pretending to have it all figured out, I'm not doing that on any of my platforms. If you're looking for somebody who's already made it, in a way I'm your guy, but I'm not your guy. If you're building while doubting yourself, welcome to the channel. Welcome to the podcast. Welcome to my life. In regards to somebody who's already made it, sure, I have sold and had 3 successful exits at the age of 24 in my businesses, but I'm not emphasizing that. I'm not focusing on that. And I really didn't even know if I was going to bring that up on this podcast, but that's all I'm going to be bringing that into. And so I'm not exactly sure what 2026 will hold for me, for my business, for you, for anyone. But I know I'm done lying to myself about what I want. And that feels like a better starting point than January 1st ever could. And for that, I hope you guys had a good new year. I hope you guys were safe. And again, I appreciate everybody reaching out to me over the last 30 days, and my entire family does. I know I can speak on behalf of everybody. But I hope you guys roll into the new year. I hope you guys are able to accomplish those things that you've set for yourself for the year. And I will see you guys next Friday, January 9th. I had to look at the calendar there for a little while. We are switching things up. Tuesdays are no longer going to be the podcast days. Fridays will be the podcast scheduled day of the week here going forward. Tuesday, you can find me on Build Something Today on our YouTube channel, Build Something Today. And we will be doing random stuff, building with 3D printers, laser engravers and laser cutters, and really just random things, random ideas that pop into my head at 2 a.m. So if you're about that, go check it out. It's over on YouTube. Build Something Today. I've got the intro video posted. And for that, I will see you guys on Tuesday with the YouTube channel. And I will see you guys next Friday with another podcast. I hope you guys have a blessed year, and I will talk to you guys then.